Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to Mindful Monday. All right, so Mindful Monday means that we're going to take a couple minutes and just talk about what it means to be mindful. Right now, there is a lot going on around us, and sometimes it can make us have feelings that we don't understand. The first thing to be mindful is to understand that feelings are normal, they're natural, they happen to everybody. Okay. And sometimes you might feel angry and you don't know why, or sometimes you might feel scared, but nothing's around jumping out and saying, boo. But being mindful is understanding that you have those feelings and it's okay to have those feelings. Okay. So, different ways to practice being mindful is to close your eyes like so and just listen to the sounds around you. While you're listening to those sounds, whether it's music or maybe you have a brother or sister that's playing, or maybe you just hear cars going by in front of the house, all of those sounds, just focus on those sounds alone. And while you're listening to those sounds, I want you to practice breathing. Okay, so keep your eyes closed, listen to those sounds, and practice breathing. Now, when we practice that breathing, you say, Miss Smith, we already know how to breathe. But think about Miss Taylor and when she taught us to smell the flowers and blow out the birthday candles. Okay. When you are smelling those flowers, I want you to count to 4 while you're smelling. Ready? Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And do that a couple of times to help keep yourself mindful. Another way to be mindful, boys and girls, is to think about things that you are grateful for. Okay. So, gratitude we have learned about in school, that is one of our traits, and that's being grateful for the things that you are given, the things that you do have. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a tablet or your favorite game, but being grateful can be things that we take for granted or things that we just expect to have, but not everybody has these things. So, something that I am grateful for myself is my house. I'm grateful that I have my home. I am grateful that I have food in my refrigerator and in my pantry. I am grateful that I have a nice warm bed that I can sleep in at night. And I'm grateful that I have a very, very, very strong family connection, which means that I'm very close with my family. I love to see them. All of those things are examples of practicing gratitude, finding things that you can be thankful for or grateful for that you have, and just appreciating them a little bit more. Thinking to yourself, I'm so glad that I have these things because not everybody else does. Okay, so that is my little part of Mindful Monday. Let's talk a little bit about what we are working on this week. Last week, you listened to the introduction, chapter 1 and chapter 2 of Wayside School. How did you feel about it? Did you like it? I hope so. This week, you're going to listen to chapters 3 and 4. Okay, you're going to listen to those two chapters going to the same YouTube channel, finding chapters 3 and 4. And then once again, I have a Kahoot put together for you to take a comprehension quiz and just answering those questions about what you listened to in chapters 3 and 4. Remember that it's very important to hear those chapters being read before you try your Kahoot. You want to get the answers correct. That is what we are doing for reading. For math, we are working on subtraction. And what we're going to do is Miss Smith's going to make another little video about subtraction. And then you are going to come up with 10 subtraction questions, just like we did with addition. Remember that these problems should be 2-digit numbers. Okay, we shouldn't be doing 10 minus 2 because that's kindergarten questions. We should be doing maybe 25 minus 11. Different questions like that. Okay, so I will have that video ready for you as well in case you need to watch it to refresh your memory on how we do double digit subtraction. This week, instead of science, we are doing social studies. And in social studies, you are going to make a map. You're going to make me a map of your bedroom. And if you remember when we talked about maps, we talked about a map key. And inside of that map key, we draw shapes and we color those shapes in and then we label them. We have to say, this red circle is my table in my bedroom or whatever might be in your bedroom. But you're going to draw me a map and you have to make sure that the colors on the map key match to the colors in your picture. Okay. And last but not least, for writing, you have 2 journals again. Miss Smith actually got kind of ahead of the game, and I put all of the journals up. There are 6 of them total, and they are up until May 1st. Okay. Um, your 2 journals this week. The first one is, would you rather live in the jungle or the desert, and why? Your second journal is, why are dinosaurs no longer living? And I saw that some of you got started on those journals and you guys are doing a fantastic job with your online work. All right, so remember that we are practicing being mindful, practicing gratitude and being grateful. We can practice our breathing techniques to help calm our bodies down when we're upset. And remember, if you have any questions or if you need any help with anything, you or someone at home can contact me on Dojo and we can work together to solve any problems that you're having. So that's all that I have for you today, boys and girls. I hope you have a great week this week and I hope that you practice being mindful. See you soon.